All right, in the last video, I just showed you how to find 3x3 determinants and specifically how to then put it into the calculator. So I showed you how to do it manually, but we ultimately put it in our calculator and let our calculator do the work for us. It is still important that you know how to do it by hand, because when you are given something like this, something that does not have all numbers, okay, even if I just had an A and then I had a number for B and a number for C, I could not put that in the calculator. And you're going to be given homework questions like this. And hint, hint, you will also be given a test question like this. So you need to be able to know how to do determinants by hand. So if I'm given this determinant, I'm going to take the first row and column, which is my A. When I cancel out that row and that column, I am left with the 2x2 determinant of -2, -3, -1, 2. Okay, so then I will move over here to B. And remember, whatever the sign is of this middle one, you need to change it. So because this is a positive B, this will now become a negative B. This is where we make the biggest mistakes with this. So we are changing the sign of the second one there. And when I cancel out, oops, let's go this way, that row and that column, I am left with 4, -3, 5, 2. And then our last one is right here at C. And when I cancel that row and that column, I have 4, -2, 5, -1. So keep, change, keep. So either keep, change, keep, or keep, change, keep. I guess that's exactly what I said. Or positive, negative, positive. But remember, I don't really like that one because it's not, if A was negative, we'd put that negative, right? So keep the sign of the first one, change the sign of the second one, and keep the sign of the last one. So now we're familiar with 2x2s. Now you can put these in your calculator, but it is so much easier and quicker to just do this by hand. So I'm going to have A times, we'll multiply this way first. -2 times 2 is -4, minus, because that's my formula, and cross multiply this way. -1 times -3 is a +3, so subtract 3. Minus B times, cross multiply this way first. 4 times 2 is 8, minus, because that's my formula, 5 times -3 is a -15, so minus a -15 becomes +15. And then plus C times, cross multiply this way first, you get -4 minus, because of my formula, 5 times -2 is -10, so minus a -10 is a +10. And I'll just simplify. -4 minus 3 is -7, so I got -7A. 8 plus 15 is 23, times a -B is a -23B. And -4 plus 10 is a +6, so +6C. This is much simplifying as I can do. So in the past, when I had all numbers here, my determinant was a 1-number answer. Well, if I have variables here, I'm going to have variables in my answer unless they end up canceling out. Okay, so this is my final answer. Excuse me. Now, the reason that it is so important that we know how to do that, or do this, example 6, is for problems like example 7. This is going to be a trig question, and you're going to have to know how to do this when you get to Calc 2. So given the vectors U and V, we need to find, this stands for the cross product. Now, I have this as a kind of a bonus okay, example here, you will not be given a problem like this in my math lab. So I'm just going to go ahead and set it up. And so you can see from vectors u and b, we have I, j, k. So instead of this problem having a, b, c, this one has, oops, I, j, k. Vector u, the coefficients are 2, 3, 5. And for vector v, the coefficients is -2, 10, 3. And so this is my determinant here. Now, you don't have to focus on how to set that up, even though you just watched me. That's really easy and simple to do. Okay, but we need to be able to find the determinant, and you find the cross product by finding the determinant of these two vectors here. And so that's why, yes, you can put it in your calculator when you have all 9 of these are numbers, but you've got to know how to do this by hand. You're going to relearn it again in trig. And when you get to trig, you're going to think you've never seen it before, but hopefully, ding, 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 that bell goes off. No, I learned that in pre-calc. Okay. And then you're going to use this and apply it when you get to calc 2. So set this up the same way we did here when we had A, B, and C. I'm going to take my first row, my first column, my I. And when I cancel out that row and that column, I'm left with 3, 5, 10, and 3. I'm going to remember to change the sign, which is always the biggest mistake. Change the sign of the second one. So we've got a positive j here, so now it's a negative j. And when I cancel out that row and that column, I am left with 2, 5, -2, 3. And then move on to k, plus k, because we keep the sign of the third one. When I cancel out that row and that column, I am left with 2, 3, -2, 10. So I've changed this 3 by 3 determinant to multiple 2 by 2s. So you can put these into your calculator because this 2 by 2 determinant's all numbers, this is all numbers, and this is all numbers. But it takes longer to put that in rather than just do it by hand. So I've got I times, always cross multiply this way first. So 3 times 3 is 9, minus, because this is my formula, 10 times 5 is going to give me 50, minus j times 2 times 3 is 6, minus, again, formula, -2 times 5 is -10, so -10 times a negative makes us a positive 10. And then plus k, we've got 2 times 10 here, which is 20, minus from my formula, -2 times 3 is -6, so minus a -6 becomes a positive 6. And then simplify. 40 minus 50 is -41, so we've got -41i. 6 plus 10 is 16, minus a -j is a -16j. And 20 plus 6 is 26. So we'll have a positive 26k. So this is my new vector right here. Now, again, you don't need to know how to set this up, even though it is very simple. But once you have this 3 by 3 determinant with the first row as variables instead of numbers, you need to know the process and know how to do that by hand.